Let's get predictions going, Mark. Who do you think's got it?
All right, so I want James and Co to win, but I do think Boston's gonna pull it out. I think they're a little different. So I'm gonna go 3-1 on Boston.
Damn, let me guess in.
I'm also going 3-1 Boston.
Seth?
Dude, it's hard to not pick Boston because Boston has looked very solid. I do think that Vegas is I think that they're a threat to more so a threat to some of the top teams than they were before. I think that they added a little bit of slaying power. Standy has takeover ability whenever he's playing well, but I still will take Boston in this series. But I'm not going to give a map count. I think Boston's winning the series.
I know the chat's gonna be with me on this one. You know I'm a big fan of Nero with the dinero. I am going to go with Las Vegas because I do think that, again, Standy has the ability to take over the way that you just said. I am going to go Las Vegas in a 3-2 manner.
Damn. Hector's taking Vegas. I respect the pick.
All right.
Vegas, gambling, betting. I'm taking it.
The problem with Vegas is that I hope their control got better with Standy because right now their control is abysmal. I want to say it's the worst in the league. They're 5-19 in the mode.
Yeah.
The reality
they got to improve in control if they want to start looking like they can take some series consistently because
and Boston's also a good
that's
control
abysmal.
Team. Like Boston's a good control team. Vegas is not a good control team.
Vegas
and
is probably
Boston,
the worst control team.
Boston also picks the new map Expo. So you got to think they're feeling confident on that if they're picking the new map. And who knows? There's no way to know who's good at that map yet. And quarantine with the 15 bomb. I appreciate that, bro. I saw you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is hard to make that call. Next up, we've got another new roster. We've got back-to-back. We've got the Thieves versus the London Royal Ravens. Are the Royal Ravens chalked in for champs? Do you think that they?
Yeah, I don't think London makes champs, but I think they're in that like fight or flight survival mode now, where all players are playing for like their longevity of their careers. They're not going to make champs. They kind of dug themselves a pretty deep hole, but the goal now is to still be the best team possible because you want to secure a spot in the future. You want to be in the league long term. So it's not like they're checked out. If anything, they're checked in. It's like this is we need to keep our jobs.
Yeah, I think the players on the team. Do you think that makes the players play differently, knowing that they don't really have a chance to make champs, but they're playing for themselves? Do you think that makes them kind of take like that more selfish play style and try to make themselves look as good as possible to secure a spot for themselves next year?
It definitely could do that. I mean, it sucks that that's the way it is, but I think that's just like the raw truth is that the player that's popping off in the kill department and that looks flashier and that looks like the more talented Slayer usually is going to end up keeping a spot over a role player going even.
Yeah.
So it's like that double-edged sword of like, you know, the whole community preaches that stats don't matter, yet all we talk about still is stats.
But do you think they're going to play different? Do you think there's some players on the team that are going to play differently? You guys can answer this as
I
well.
don't know. I really don't know. Possibly.
I think some of them
If they
might.
all play how they want to play, like rogue style, because I've been on teams to where like you know, when you just if they're not going to make champs, they, like you said, they might just everyone do what the fuck you want to do, and it might work out.
It might end up working out for them.
I've seen that happen a lot of times.
From a not a coach perspective, from a team owner perspective, I do believe that nowadays coaches keep in mind the fact that some of these players are playing selfishly so that they can get some numbers paddings going in. But I think that they take the overall now into consideration, not as much as just the overall scoreline.
I don't know. As a coach, I'm not going to get into all that because that opens up a whole other bag of worms that I don't really.
Do you want to coach the team?
Do I want to coach the team?
I'll
No.
put a contract in front of you right now, kid.
No, I do not want to coach the team. I would like to stream.
Okay, man.
Yes. But give me some predictions, guys. Thieves versus the Royal Ravens. They've got a new player, Yuli, in place of Paul X, which I don't know if it's a W move or an L move. I really don't. What's up, Michaels? Dude, look at Michaels in the chat just fiending for it. All of New York is in here. I'm expecting big things out of the New York camp this split. They play FaZe today, but we'll get to that in a second.
I'm going Thieves 3-0.
Thieves 3-0?
Same.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the same, bro.
I think Thieves have a chip on their shoulder. They just had a pretty bad placement where they placed top 8. And to their standards, that is unacceptable. They went back-to-back and won champs last year. I think they have a chip on their shoulder. I worry about Yuli's first match being against Thieves. It's his first match at the pro level, and he's playing the defending world champions that really have something to prove. And I just think Thieves is the better team.
Yeah. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Thieves 3-0. I mean, like Ann said, I just think they're the better team. Period.
Yeah.
Even if, I mean, sure, I'll give them a map 3-1, but I just think they're a better team.
Yeah, London.
That is it.
As much as I want those guys to succeed on that team, playing Thieves in their first match in the new split. The first match of a new split, you kind of want to try to build that momentum, especially if you have a bad split beforehand. And to start off against Thieves, who, yeah, they look a little bit shaky at the major, it's still Thieves at the end of the day, and you can never really count that team out. They're still a powerhouse team in the league, very, very talented squad, just won champs together. I'm going Thieves through and through.
You're thinking Thieves.
I'm thinking Thieves. As much as I'd love London to start getting some wins, because as a player, I know that's probably exhausting, but
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it real with everyone right now, okay? I'm thinking Thieves also, but I will say that right now is like the start button. They're starting to, specifically Kenny, starting to rev that engine up. It's now the time for them to start getting to the final phase of how they get, right? They usually start out super slow, and then towards the end, they become a fucking nuisance and a problem. And I think that now that we're nearing the middle of the split, literally we are in it right now, culminating in Toronto, Ohio? Sorry.
we're not in the middle of the split. The split just started.
Middle-
That's what I
year.
mean. But
Middle of the season.
middle of the season. Thank you, Zin, for being
I know
forgiving.
what he was saying.
This is my second language. I apologize.
Yeah,
But
actually,
you like that one?
Brownie points with the
Yeah,
owner.
he says
What?
that.
Brownie points with the owner.
No, but I will say what I am saying is the truth though. He does start. Everybody on that team gets better as the year progresses, and we're about to hit the middle of the season. I think that's when they start.
I mean, this is the time to turn up. This is where champ starts to become a looming thing in the back of your mind. We're stage 4. I mean, we got about 2 more months left in the season, 3 more months left in the season.
Let's talk briefly about Thieves. Why do we think that they get progressively better as the season goes on? Like, why does this team hit form in the later end of the year? Is it because
More
you
reps,
think,
more experience?
I just think teams tend to like rev it up when the end of the year comes around. And
I think
everybody takes it up a notch at the end of the year. Every single team.
I think it's a mixture of that, revving it up, but also towards the end of the year, every team is kind of playing fundamentally the same way because we're so deep into the year that there's been so much trial and error that you kind of see the right way to play. And I think with the talent on that team, the more talented teams tend to shine at the end
Because
when
they
it comes
take
to
their-
fundamental play and when teams are playing the same, I think talent beats.
Well, I think they also just probably take
I could agree
their
with
practice a lot more serious towards the end of the year.
Yeah, that's fair
like
too.
whenever they get good reps, you see it in their matches, and I think that every team, like at the end of the year, you just see the reps all culminate, and the teams that you think are going to win, I guess more so than often win because they put better practice in
Yeah.
because they know it's more serious.
I agree.
What are they saying?
They're on my legs. They're on my ass about my legs.
Yeah.
Listen, I just started.
They look like some
Actually,
chicken
you know,
legs
I-
in that shit.
I
You know,
Both-
I'd
You gotta
roast
do
you
some
in,
squats.
but you're all right.
Both.
Don't worry
What do you
about it.
what do you
Listen,
see
at
wrong?
least I'm showing them off. At least I'm not scared.
Dude, what are you talking about?
No, I'm not. I didn't mean
Wait,
that in a
look
weird
at
way.
Look at
I'm
Bose.
just saying, like you know what I'm
Zin.
saying. I'm still rocking the.
Zin, look at Bose. Look how disappointed
I
he
was
is.
just giving you so much props, bro.
Thank you,
I
brother.
know you don't got Adidas socks on with Nikes,
Perpetrating, man. Perpetrating.
but don't worry about the legs. And you're all right.
yeah, the legs are
Thank you,
good,
brother.
man.
I got
Let me
you
show
back
y'all
on
mine.
Yeah, you keep those in there as well, please, for love of God.
Them sticks.
There's my fantasy team for anybody that missed it. We just did it at the start of the stream. Got Pred, Drazah, Donnie, and Asim. I think that's a pretty solid squad.
That is
But
a very solid squad.
we were unanimous. Can we pull this up, actually, Riley, really quick? Hopefully they don't transition. So we've got Yuli's stats from Challengers, and he looks
Okay.
pretty even across the board. He looks like he's a pretty solid pickup.
Second Yuli ever in the league.
Yep.
Well,
Ulises.
Well, we had Aqua, which
Shout out Aqua.
I knew Aqua 10 plus.
When
Used
he
to play
was
tournaments
the
with
legend,
him in MW3.
Yeah, shout out Aqua. That's my
Shout
man
out
right
Aqua.
there.
So yeah, we've got Thieves across the board.
Who's last match?
Last match, we've got a doozy. Wait, I actually want to see this. Riley, can we pull this up, please, and unmute it?
Ulysses Path to
His
Pro.
path to pro.
Why does he look like Ben J in the scene?
Because I'm not very familiar with
He does
with
not.
Yuli.
No, he
Why
does
is he
not.
looking like Ben J?
He's not. Where?
What?
Above those glasses is looking like Benjamin.
I don't know.
Stage 4, and then in those
Come on,
playoffs,
we're getting
and
it.
so on and so on.
We're almost
He
there.
entered the Vanguard season with a lot to prove, and Zuma
And
gave
we're
him
there.
the biggest chance yet. The Mafia picked up Yuli as well as 2 Real.
So this is
and under
Cold
the
War.
Stallions' name, they competed in top 3, and they found themselves in that top 3 finish during the Stage 2 playoffs.
I mean, they really went
Vanguard
back
was
in
a
the
very
archives to
promising
find
year
that
for
vibe.
Yuli, and
I
full
mean,
of
yeah,
full
it's
results that showed
one
that it's
Stage
not
4
just proof of
challengers,
concept anymore.
third
He's
place
actually
Stage 2 and
good
3,
at
and
the
then
game,
one
and
Stage
he
2
can fit,
challengers.
and
So
that's
Yuli's a
important. You
threat
want
down
someone
there.
on London who's able to make quick
That's a good last name, too,
decisions.
Rios.
Looking at the Stage 4 finishes,
And he's
Yuli
coming
has
into the
gotten
league.
better every single season bucket.
Good for him, man.
Can we get an age check on him?
Say it
I'm
again?
sure the chat knows how old he is. How old's Yuli, chat?
Chat.
He's probably 20, 21.
Yeah, the expectations have to be you just want to see production. Whether or not it's baseline, you want to get back to an equilibrium if you're London. And that's
12.
33.
35.
Holy
Thanks,
fuck.
guys.
Yo, let him eat. He's 33. Let him eat.
Thanks, guys. You guys are. You guys
But we
are-
can always rely on the chat to
You
give us
guys are
accurate
so-
information, and I appreciate that about them.
You guys are so helpful, dude. Thanks.
We could have
I
kept
think
it in
we
the
need to get
30s, though. I don't
Rupert
believe the
Skywalker in the league.
50s.
Rupert Skywalker, he needs to come in.
I mean, we'll tell you all about the up-and-coming challengers on the
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
breakdown.
Oh my
Because
God.
there are some
Rupert.
good
Shout
challengers
out
we've been
Rupert.
watching.
Ooh, that was nice.
So we see 2 Real Yuli. Fellow is on that team. He's 23. Okay, he's 23.
Dude,
Michael
This is
Jordan,
like-
his Jordan year.
This is interesting.
Why?
Because usually a challenger will get picked up at like 18, 19. We're seeing some older When I say older, I don't mean like, but 23 in like the challengers world is on the older side, I feel like.
Oh wow, we've got some stats pulled up from the challengers here.
1.19, does that say?
1.19 overall KD. So the kid's nasty. You see Frosty there with a 1.2. I mean, the kid's doing his thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit.
And I'm not going to mention anything else on there. Next, we've got Atlanta FaZe versus the New York Subliners.
Wow. See, I have my opinions, and then I'll go last. Mark, what do you think about New York, Atlanta?
I'm excited to see how this one goes down.
It's an interesting matchup.
This is a hard one.
No, it's not.
What? So, I mean, I've always had faith. I always got faith in New York. But let me hear what you got to say. Why isn't it a hard one?
I think, okay, because everyone's going to call me a dick, but I'm going to say it how I really see it.
Yeah, please
Okay,
do.
let's hear it.
I love the kids on New York. I love the guys in New York. They're all good guys, and they have a lot of potential. They have been below average post Major 1 victory.
Yes, they have.
Everybody's been riding this New York high because they won a Major 3 months ago. Their floor should
And there's
be like
Troy
a
Sender
B-
Michaels
a
in the
B-tier
chat.
team.
There's Troy Sender
Listen,
Michaels.
I hope they
Chat, join
I
me.
hope they prove me wrong, but everybody's been riding this New York high since Major 1, and we gave them the benefit of the doubt Major 2 because they had that disaster of a travel day, and they deserve the benefit of the doubt there.
Yes, they
Major
definitely
3
did.
once again underperformed. So they have Hydra, who's still one of the best SMGs in the world.
Correct.
They have the pieces. Kismet can pop off. We all know Caesar and Priest can do their thing, but New York have not shown us anything post Major 1 victory.
I mean,
So-
that kid's spitting. He just made. I mean, the motor on that fucking thing. I'm going phase 3-1. You know
And-
what, kid? You spitting.
You
fast.
sold me too,
And-
dude.
The thing with FaZe is that they've been so dominant for so long that they just place top 3, and that's their worst placing all year. Their floor is a top 3 team in the game. So I'm taking
They've-
FaZe.
they've
I'm
been
taking
in-
FaZe 3-0.
FaZe has been impressive for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really much else we can say other than that. You got FaZe?
I got FaZe 3-0.
I'll go phase 3-1.
All right. Well, I'm not doing map counts, but I got FaZe winning that series. I think it's pretty hard to pick against them right now.
I'm not a man that bets against Troy Sender Michaels.
Is that
Last time
right?
I saw him, I hugged him and I said, "Do you recognize my essence?"
So
he
you're
said, "Yeah."
biased.
I'm very biased, but I am going to go with FaZe. I'm also going to go on the 3-1 train.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to pick against them right now.
But I'm not going to be disrespectful the way that Zin was just.
No, hold on. No. That's
I'm
not
kidding.
fair.
No, I'm kidding.
Because
it's not fair. I was stirring the pot.
Yeah,
he was not being disrespectful.
I was speaking literally only on what they've shown us competitively. I think they're one of the more likable teams. I think when they put it together, they're obviously an A-tier, S-tier team. But they haven't shown us their true potential in a long time.
Wait, what's S? What's the S stand for in your tier?
Satisfactory.
No, S tier satisfactory.
I mean, what else does S stand for?
Satisfactory wouldn't make sense because S tier is like the best of the best.
But yeah, but back in
Superb?
high school when you got an S, you got a
Supreme?
satisfactory.
That's right, Seth.
Or back in like middle school or whatever
Superior,
the fuck it was.
superior, super, special.
Superior?
Sexual.
Sexual. Jesus. Bro, this chat, man, like
This chat is awesome. I missed every single one of you except for you, but all the rest of you are cool.
this fucking-
I do think it starts with the sub duo because I feel like we haven't seen Hydra and Kismet collectively going off. It's usually one or the other. Kismet actually had a very impressive Major 3, if I remember correctly. I think he was like the one really popping off.
that's that bull.
But I feel like they haven't hit stride together since Major 1. I think Priesta, since Major 1, he was literally the best flex in the world at Major 1, and since then has kind of progressively gotten a little more inconsistent. And I also want to see more from Caesar.
You want to see something out of Caesar?
Yeah.
Caesar Skyz Buenos, man. You
And I'm also high on FaZe just because I think they're so consistent and they're so good at search that they have like a game 2 and 5 in their back pocket, and they're always going to be a tough team to beat in respawn. So I'm trying to look at it objectively. I would not be shocked to see New York, because New York's potential, they can go toe-to-toe with FaZe when they're at their potential.
Kismet just said he's going to bark today, on God.
Oh,
I'll show you
On
some
the-
good
Good barking.
Caesar, dude. The New York camp, hey, New York's still one of my favorite teams to watch. So I'm hoping that they come out different. Senio, thank you for the 5.
I was really looking forward to the event. I was gonna go to Amelion Door. I was gonna go to Kith. I was gonna go shopping again, and then poof, we're in Ohio.
Dude, look at that. It's so weird seeing a new map in the rotation, bro. It's so strange.
It looks vibey, though, with that pool right there.
It's so strange,
Pool
bro.
day?
Yeah, we've got...
That's Lester Longstroke with a 5 bomb.
That's
to you.
Lester Longstroke.